Hello and welcome. Good night. To a special hard lesson look at what to do with all of our investing money in a time that doesn't have any or enough cameras. Go am. Cam. Cam-ams. No. Well, who knows? One of those names are bad. But the point is we could make like up to 9 of these devices. Upwards of 9. You know, maybe 12. Maybe a baker's dozen. Maybe a baker's 16. Anyways, it doesn't matter whether or not we make 36 of them or not. The point is we could make 4 of them and we could make money on them because people have more free time right now. And there's a lot of people who are like mildly interested in making better products that last a heck of a lot longer, like a GoPro, but gives you the specifics of a professional camera. So there's a bit of a joke there with like the Go Am. It's like the bean. It's like become. It's a joke on the Pro labeled series, which I even speak to you today, attached to like, you know, Tiger Direct Dollarama cheapo place that sells wires by accident and on purpose. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe. I forget where I got it is the point. But it was somewhere cheap. And it works. It plugs into my single USB port on my Pro Series machine that also supports micro SD. And for that time was pretty cool to be able to not just have Bluetooth, but being attached to a keyboard that sometimes even charges the device, depending on how old your device is. Yeah, but you could hold the damn computer upside down, but it's only got one USB port. But it's a Pro! Do you know what I mean? It cheapens the word, so I think that like the amateurness of right now, where everyone is in that world where they don't need middlemen anymore. Middlemen are still like important in the sense that like there is structure and channels to go about things, right? And there's people who it's like a natural way that we line. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they do that. They're really efficient at doing that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, sign those people up. So that's why there's like job specifications and titles and whatever else, obviously, because we all have sort of our own niches. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. Do I need you to give me this money? I don't know. You want to do this? Because if you want to do it, I'll do it. But I'm not going to do it if you guys don't want to do it. It just doesn't make sense. But it's a great idea, and it'll make someone a lot of money to have better controls. Imagine you could on the fly just be like, oh crap, it's a night shot. But don't worry, even though I'm using a like unlimited usage camera, I can click these few buttons and turn these little knobs or whatever, you know what I mean? Do a little quick knob adjustment. Like a frickin' watch did. Come on, you don't have the friggin' watch screws? Come on there. You can't program that onto the little motherboard? Wouldn't that make your job a lot easier? I didn't think of that before, but knobs are a great solution. For an idea that you just came up with. Seems agreeable with my advisor. So yeah, and we're in the tech area that there were jobs for a great number of people in industries around those industries, including manufacturing. And like really all you need is a chassis. Like we all are aware that there is many ways to protect the interior of a like semi-destructible camera. That's what it would be advertised as. Semi-destructible camera. It's not indestructible, but it is. It disrupts enough. If you disrupt it enough, maybe you'll get lucky. You can take it out of your water if you want it to corrode. But no, that'd be a good idea. If we could make it waterproof and with knobs, that would be cool. Because you can do that pretty easily with a combination of silicone and wires. My only issue would be about production, being that if this was something that we could accomplish by pieces that were already made, making the point that like this can be done, and you know, as a board is a board is a board kind of thing, but it's like these kind of key pieces that make your camera a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, but it comes with its own like specialized stick thingy, maybe, or we recommend you to purchase. There's a bundle. You know what I mean? Work with what's around you. See what else is being made in general or in the area, and make connections with them. Like mech, support certain. You know what I mean? Like stand behind the products that you are putting out there, and I think that is something that needs to be said outright about companies that do this, right? I mean, shit, you might as well poop it out if you got it. It's what you eat. It's what they eat. It's what your customers know and eat. It's what they consume. They go, oh wow, actually, they're even respecting my intelligence and my ability to know that it is much easier for me to make the decision to stand behind a product if they believe in my same values. And I'm telling you, these values are not unsubstantial. And that's a correct statement. You can look up the statistics if you'd like to confer with my natural obsolescence to the need of such technologies, because the machine that I am and that you are, and at least one other person, I think collectively we could agree on it. So, whatever. I mean, 36 is a good number. And if those sell, maybe we'll make 2,020 of them. Or we'll release them in models based on the year that they came out. And then in 2023 we can release like the OG model, like the it'll be the like 5 zeros and a 3. That's the model number. In the to align with the belief of the joke of people who or the serious people. There are serious people in the world too, but everything's a little bit of a joke, right? Not necessarily, but if you're smart enough, it is. That seems rude to say. Do you mind if I smoke? Let's call it a celebration. There's some people who I was very close with who are hurting a great deal right now with the deaths that have occurred recently, and I've been doing my best to give sage observation of my own life. To help with their decision making and outlook of what their world looks like right now. So I mean, like, we could do the 360 style of cameraing. We could start with the one camera with an 8-month window of the next release being a 2-sided camera. People would love that. You could do a picture-in-picture, like, kind of automatic thing with the camera too, that you can like take out and post or whatever through your like very easy program to use. That and by easy I mean like in the sense that something like PixArt, no, PicArt. Oh fuck, that's a good name. That kind of follows the Pixar thing. See, that's what I mean. Like, even good companies do this stuff to kind of rip off. You want to make a good name. You want to make something that's relevant too, right? But you also want to make sure that you're putting out something that you can stand behind and has a certain quality about it that allows you to take control of the world that it is now. People are making stuff on the fly, but they also want to know that they're spending money on something, and they'll spend money. They will spend money if you want them to, and if they want to, and if they believe that it has the value that you state that it does. In limited release productions too, like, that is the market. And by the time we reach full production with our like first official, like our like achieving brilliance in the marketplace by our third year and like third iteration of our camera that we do in a wider release, if we're able to, you know, meet our own restrictions, which don't just limit us, but it gives us a choice of customer freedom to be able to choose something that is set in the tone of today. And that's today's 3:21 a.m. lesson on November 29th, one of the last days of whatever. And then there's also a large amount of business that seems to be, there's a lot of people who are taken out of businesses that center around the THC and the CBD of weed, and there's ideas there, but I have combinations of holistic ideas with it, but then I also have like manufacturing ideas where like quite literally there is an issue. They finally, the good things about legalization have been that on a wider scale there is this understanding of like standardization of the things that we use. But there's also like this sort of understanding where things like a nicotine salt, these kind of things, they have like a wider market and this like refillability to the higher market, and if we can bring that to the smaller things like these pens that you charge the batteries, for example, and being able to like use our own little cartridges for the I mean, it's not oil, but for the concentrate stuff, and make it like cool, make it like that the coils inside of the thing, like you maybe maybe you can refill it with like shatter or something like that too. Like you could make really cool little adapters and concentrate on like the refillability and the and you could just release cartridges. Like that's the crazy thing. There's already batteries on the market, and if I don't know that, but that's me. Like I concentrate on like, okay, cool. Well, like beer bottles got to a point where people wouldn't just have these cartridges and throw them out, and I know that they're cheap and whatever else, but there could be a return based service for it, and it might ignite sort of like a more sustainable approach to a very like a market of people who are already in that mindset, probably. Not just because they're weed smokers, but because of where we are in the world. So it's kind of like a perfect combination. But yeah, this is where I get into sort of like a bit of the catch-22 scenario where my own views and politics get mixed into. That's why I want to be upfront with the whole camera thing, is that I do understand the market in a wider scale, and I'm a Canadian. Anyways. Yeah, take it easy there, huh? We don't have to make this a catch-22 situation. Where's the button? Where's the button?